All right, so we've worked through what is personality and the psychodynamic approach and our unconscious minds and our early childhood memories. We've talked some about the social perspectives, the cognitive perspective of personality, even behavior and behavior reinforcement and modeling and social learning. And we're now at Unit 5, which is our last chapter or unit that is about a perspective. And this is the biological and evolutionary perspective of personality. So often you hear people say that I am this way because my mother is, or my father is, or my sister and I are just the same, which obviously is implying there's some genetic or heritability to our personality traits, that we can inherit agreeableness and sense of humor or aggressiveness and conscientiousness in the same ways that we inherit the color of our hair or our eyes. So there's a lot of research behind what we can and cannot inherit, actually, and what is and isn't biological in personality. We're going to learn about some of that stuff in this chapter. We're also going to learn about the historical context of studying personality and how for thousands of years people have been looking for a biological root to why I behave the way I behave, which is very different from the way you behave. Generally answering the questions of why is that guy acting that way? People have been trying to answer that question forever. And there's lots of different biological perspectives that have come about in efforts to answer that question. There's also an evolutionary component that we need to consider, because as we've already discussed, human animals have evolved and adapted in a very complex way. We have a personality style and a temperament that is unmatched in other animals. I can't help, as much as I love animals and love dogs and think that dogs are very complex and very smart and even primates, monkeys and bonobos and all that stuff, they are, and I'm sure that there's a lot happening that we as human animals don't understand because we don't speak their language or live in their social groups. And even if we did, we wouldn't because we're not of their species. But I still hold on to the fact that human animals are doing involved, complicated, constantly negotiating the social waters and negotiating their own personalities in their context and trying to adapt and overcome their personalities, maybe if they're getting in the way or they're obstacles, or are trying to enhance and use the strengths of their personalities to dominate and master whatever challenge is in front of them. When you come into a new office and a new work environment, or you have a new relationship, you're trying to use the personality traits that you have as a tool to overcome and adapt. And I think it's difficult to say that other animals use their personalities or think about their personalities and work to overcome them. So in evolutionary terms, how is it that humans have become so complicated in their personalities, and what function does it serve to be this complicated? I hope you enjoy the chapter.